it's really compelling to almost build a new system, a new structure that one makes monopolies impossible, but also is, I think, creates a level playing field for competition, which honestly for entrepreneurs, I think is incredibly positive. Like, talk about what that unlocks for builders and why that is such an important thing in Web3.
So I think kind of what happened in Web3, right? I'll just show you the examples because I think it's more powerful. The examples are Uniswap, which is a kind of exchange, decentralized exchange software, which was built by, one guy and then like a small team of this, was valued or is valued as like close to Coinbase price, right? Like to a centralized, huge, thousands of people company. And the reason is not because of the exchange itself, but because both it amassed kind of the adoption, but also a lot of other applications are using it. And they can use Uniswap the way they cannot use Coinbase. They cannot use, Nasdaq. They cannot build on top of it really easily, kind of extend it in ways that the original developers were not thinking is possible. But think about it. It's a decentralized exchange which run pretty much by like a team, like initially a team like a in my head out of a garage. I mean, they were probably in some apartment in New York, which runs something that's like worth billions of dollars in financial system. Can you imagine like ever anybody being able to rely on a financial system that's run out of a garage by a few folks? No, but in crypto you can because it's deterministic. It runs. It's open source, right? Even if the Steam goes away, but in any way, right, the system continues working, and that's kind of the benefits that Web3 provides is guarantees that it will be predictable in specific ways, right? It will predictably work. It will have specific ways to upgrade and change. It has, community and ownership distributed to the ecosystem. And so the both barrier to entry is very low, right? Like it can be built by, one or two people really easily. And you can have kind of this really big impact on this. And at the same time, somebody can fork it and build something else, right? It's not a zero sum. Right? SushiSwap can shown that they can, hey, like we can just fork this existing thing and expand from that. And so this is where the switching costs come in. Is like, yeah, you build something, it's amazing, but then low switching costs means somebody will be competing with you always. And so like for builders, it means you can start really easily. You can build on top of all these existing pieces and rely that they'll be there. Like if I'm as when I was doing Web2 startup, right, and we were like wanting to use some external service, we need to evaluate like how likely this service will go out of business in next whatever, like 6 months, 12 months. Here we don't need to, right? It's gonna be running. It has all the things there. And so kind of you have this like foundation that you can build on, and then you have this kind of constant competition as you build out. As you actually succeed, then you have a constant competition you need to kind of work against. But the barrier of entry is very low.